Hello, friends. I hope you're well. Let's get started here with a little housekeeping. There, left the camera there. You see there on the right, PSA 2024 Allen and Ginter box topper. I've shown that before. Reason I'm showing that now is that we learned this week that the new Allen and Ginter came out this week, and no more box toppers. So, no more fun stuff removed. I have heard that they also removed a hit, but I cannot confirm that. But I can confirm they've removed box toppers, so that means the nice cards like you see here. So Shohei, this is his only Dodgers box topper, so I'm guessing they'll probably disappear from eBay sooner rather than later. And that also means no more box topper rip cards that I think had 3 minis in it, including a stained glass. It just reeks of fanatics rushing it. You know, we are in December, so I don't think it's ever come out later than this, and it's 20 years around. It started in 2006, so 2025 Topps Allen and Ginter is out now. No more hobby box toppers. So here we have this I've shown before. I picked this up at the National this year. It's fairly relevant to today's topic, today's episode. Let's see where a good place to put that. There we go. Right next to Pink Floyd. So I had seen a comment on one of the message boards this week that bothered me greatly, to the fact that so much that it's the title of tonight's episode. So we've been talking there's a dedicated Ohtani thread. So, you know, I was proud to pick this up at the show this year, and a friend of mine had picked one up last month for his collection, and he was talking about it on this particular Ohtani thread, and excuse me, and somebody basically said that because it's the Japanese league, the NBP, it's like junior varsity. It doesn't really count. And this really did bother me. You know, I wanted to call him a retard, but that place frowns upon that word. So I withheld comment pretty much. And because it's a terrible comment to say. Not the R word, but to call Japanese professional league junior varsity is beyond terrible. It's very the other R word, racist, I suppose. I mean, there's always that underlining, you know, Asian hate in this country, and I think part of that is why Ohtani's not as popular as he should be, even though he's really popular. But I guess we could talk about that another time. But I don't know about you guys, but I just got done watching the World Series this year, and Ohtani did pretty well for a junior league player, and Yamamoto, Yoshi, you know, also did pretty well for a junior league player. Junior varsity is what he said, junior varsity. So yeah, that pissed me off a little bit, and kind of prompted me to make tonight's episode, to be honest with you. So, because I have gotten some stuff in, and I want to show it off. I'm proud to have it in the collection, and been dealing a lot with you know, this guy. If you're in the know, you're in the know. It's just the eBay's authenticity program. their inspection, I like to call it, and it has its faults. And, everyone has their own opinion on that particular topic. I think it's not useless. It's it's definitely good for someone who's just beginning, and it's also good for raw cards where the sellers struggle to be honest with what they're listing. Graded cards, I don't know. I think for graded cards there should be an opt-out option, but that's just me. So we've got the Otani, so let's just keep going with the Otani for now. So I had, like I said, I had picked up that's his first professional card from 2013, BBM first version. So I went ahead and I picked up his BBM second version, which is in the same set, but like this is Series 1, this is Series 2. You can kind of think of this as like Update, I guess, or Series 2. I don't think they don't make Update, so this is kind of like his batting image. His first batting image, his first pitching image. So very happy to add that to the collection. I still think that those are, especially the batting image. Not that the pop reports mean anything, but it's probably about half. Rightfully so, it's not the first one. It is what it is. So very happy to have that, and I do have this 2014 first version. Bought that at Atlantic City show in 2022. And that's the extent so far of my BBM Otani collection. Not far along as Shane is, but one thing at a time. There's always so much to collect. So let's show some more cards. I got a couple more Otanis here, and this was I guess you could say it was a steal. It wound up going for about 25% of estimated value, or Mr. Comp, or whatever you want to say, but it's from the 2025 Topps release, Series 1, and thanks to PSA misidentifying it, this is the 1990. This is the 35th anniversary. This is the real one, I believe they're calling it. Now these are, I don't know if it'll pick it up, but these are numbered to 90. There we go. So these are numbered to 90, and PSA label it as just a basic insert, which is not numbered, which is probably $10 and maybe $15 in a PSA 9, but a couple dollars raw, not a challenge to find. You can go on eBay and buy as many as your heart content there. So thanks to the mislabel, the what's the word? It's the mechanical error. That's it. Thanks to the mechanical error, I was able to win. It was an auction, so it wasn't cheap, but it was well under what they've gone for. So now that you guys remember the well-documented Topps Black and how Topps killed the Blacks for Series 1 2025, and myself and a whole bunch of people voiced their displeasure, and it was announced that all the Series 1 Blacks would be in Series 2, and that turned out to be the case. Now, Update has officially been out for a couple weeks now, and unfortunately there are no Blacks. They killed the Blacks again. There's black foils, but those don't count. So now that they've killed the Blacks again, What did I do with that? I just thought of something. I don't know where that went. Oh well. Next time. So, back to it. Now that it's an unfortunate thing, we don't know if there will be any blacks in 2026 tops. We just don't know. And we're not gonna know. Hold on a second. Where is that? I think I know where it is. Hold on. Yeah, buddy, this applies. Yeah, there it is. Sometimes you're not totally prepared. But that's why we do these things. So yes. So unfortunately, now that it appears they have killed the blacks again, and I say it that way on purpose because for some reason that seems to tick off a lot of people. Like I'm talking about them actually killing black people, which is stupid. But here we are. So I have managed to, if it's true that the tops blacks are no longer being made, which would be a shame for very many reasons, including, being the best flagship parallel of all time, running consecutive since 2003, but here we are. So I did manage to land the last Dodgers one that I needed. So if this is the end, he only has 3. He has 1 in 2024, the Series 1 from 2025, and then this Series 2 from 2025. So I was able to add that to the collection. Very happy about that. And if it is the end of the line for these, we don't stop collecting because we love collecting. And I think it's going to be, its replacement will probably be these vintage stock, I think they call it. Yeah, vintage stock. And to their credit, they improved these greatly. They've come out with these vintage stocks for years and years. I think in 2009 they started as a Target exclusive, but you could see, where is it? There it is. There in that corner is the old school loopy tops logo. Let's see if we can. It's there, it's just not showing up very well. So the old school tops logo. And then over the course of years, essentially it became a parallel. It's numbered to 99 and it's on the old school cardstock. But the only thing for years and years and years, it was the only difference was between, well, the cardstock being different, but the image was the same. Everything was the same except they added the swirly, the curved T. logo and replaced it, replacing the traditional, what we know now, Topps logo. And of course, numbering them to 99. So in 2024, they changed the look of the card. I don't have that one handy. I'm not going to dig for it now. But I do have the 2024 in a PSA 8. So I was able to add this 2025 Series 1, which the image is the same, but the border is different. I think it looks very good. The bottom is different. They actually changed it. That's the point of what I was getting at. They actually changed it up to make it look different enough from the 99, numbered 99 of the past. So happy to have that one. And they're not that expensive, especially compared to the blacks. Speaking of blacks, I've got another one here. Very rarely do I get the FOMO, but I get the FOMO, and everyone does from time to time. It's part of collecting. So after watching Game 7 of the World Series and watching Yoshi, lock it down and just dominate, that night I went and hit the buy it now on this Topps Black. Had to have it. Paid a little more than I'd want to, but these are numbered to 73 on the back. And very happy to have that. It's from 2024 Series 2. And 2024 Topps is turning out to be pretty special. First Ohtani Dodgers card. This first Yoshi. So happy to have that in the collection. It's been quite a winter, fall, winter pickup season for myself. Very happy with all of these pickups. Very fortunate to be able to pick these up and just put them away. And I think that good things for these. I think that if the blacks are dead, that over time, Yoshi only having this one and one the 25, which I have a raw copy over there. Ohtani only having 3. I think that what do they say? The absence makes the heart grow fonder type of thing. So we'll see. Or they could totally become irrelevant, I guess. And maybe the ones I don't have will pop up and get cheaper. So a couple more here. A little story time with this one. I've had this one a while. Story time. So I guess oh, excuse me. A little public service announcement for sellers. If someone sends you money, $100 in this case, for a graded card, do not, and I repeat, do not. You can do whatever you want, but I would not ship it like this. This is how it arrived in the mailbox. This is what I call the black Bubba mailer of death. I mean, this is... Now, again, I'll take... I went to the mail. I was excited to get this in the mail. I went to the mailbox, and this is what I saw in it, and I couldn't believe it. You can literally feel the ribs of the outer of the slab there. So it is a 2022 Red Wave Refractor Darvish. It's just a fantastic looking baseball card. It's super shiny. Thankfully, no damage. And I went back and forth on the social media with a couple people. Oh, it was all, whoa! We knew that was going to happen. As long as it arrives safely, crowd. No. F that. Not as long as the crowd rides. For $100, and he charged me like $7.17 or something for shipping. You don't put it in this. Nothing else. No cardboard, no slab, whatever those plastic protectors or nothing. Just the slab like that. Not even in a team bag. Just that slab in this bag. In this baggie, this bubble mailer, if you can call it that, I guess. All right, enough. So happy to have that in the collection. Been saving that one a while now. I can throw this bubble mailer out. We've got one more to show. So, back to the junior varsity thing. You know, I know his name is slipping my mind right now. He came from Japan. He's in the 65 top set. Oh man, Mukamori, I think it is. Oh, you're gonna kill me in the comments. That's fine. He came over to pitch for the Giants. Did okay. Then went back to Japan after the season. Some dispute. It's worth looking up because that dispute led to almost 30 years of MLB and BP not collaborating with athletes, with the players. It was kind of like an unwritten agreement to, don't sign the Japanese players to play in Major League Baseball. And it wasn't until 1994 when this man pretty much said, I'm retiring. He was the best there was in Japan. And he said, I'm retiring because his agent figured out that by retiring he'd get out of his contract and come play baseball in America. And you guessed it probably by now, that's Hideo Nomo. And if Nomo, his 95 season was amazing. If we would have had social media back then, people would have gone even more crazy. I like to say Nomo Mania was bigger than Fernando Mania. That some people don't like to hear that, but I think there are a lot of factors add into that. He threw 2 no-hitters, including one in Colorado. So anyway, in my quest for my collection to add stuff, you just, either it's low numbered or you just don't see it. I'm trying to get into that headspace where if it's readily available, if it's a matter of just going to eBay right now and hitting buy it now, it's not really much of a challenge. So I don't always succeed, but I'm trying to go that route. So I don't get as many pickups anymore, which is fine. Because I like to think I treasure the ones I do get more. And so, his 95 stuff is when he came over. Readily available. Not much of a challenge. Maybe his 95. I think he's in the series. No, he has a 95 refractor, I think so. But he has a bunch of 96 refractors and stuff like that. But the one I wanted to get, and it took me a while to hunt this one down, is a 97 Bowman Chrome International refractor. Because look at this. Just such an amazing card. I was trying to find this raw, graded or otherwise, and I wasn't able to. And then one day, This got listed at auction, and I knew I had to have it. He and Rabu are the only Japanese players in this set, and the Rabu is not very, well, it's a Rabu, but he's kind of just standing there, hands, folded in front of him type of deal. It's not a very exciting photo. This, on the other hand, this is just, etching. We can go into the etching. Topps doesn't care anymore. No competition. They'll really need to improve. But this is a blazer. You got the land of the rising sun in the background. And this is just a fantastic baseball card. And I'm just tracking. This is the, he has a base card. He has a base card refractor. He has the base international card, and then there's the base international refractor. So this is the refractor version of the parallel. So I don't have the parallel, and they're not readily available. There's probably a couple on eBay right now, probably $10 or so, but it doesn't have the shine. And if you're gonna get the shine, you get the best shine. This is just, again, I'm not a big, the Pop Report says this, the Pop Report says that. Well, the Pop Report says that PSA has graded 13 of those in total. So very happy to have that in the collection. And I did not think that this video would go on for nearly 27 minutes, so I apologize. But I thank you kindly for your time. Back pages out.